Hello. Hello there. How's everybody doing? I switched it over to the trifocals for this laptop in here to do it for both. Not up yet. Making lots of changes. My studio is all over the place in my house. If you're wondering where I've been, I just got my tarot cards back on the wall today. And so I might come back for a PJ party later tonight. Probably not. I mean, let's be real. But I like to think that maybe I could. Are you guys ready? Oh, I got my new mat. I'm super duper stoked about this mat. I'm obsessed with it. It's my first professional mat. It's sticky. You might need some props. So a pillow or a bolster, blanket, maybe a block or two if you have them, a strap or two if you have them. This is Yin Yoga, okay? It's not like a traditional yoga class where you're jumping all over the place. So this is way more laid back than a regular yoga class, okay? Hence the tea. The tea and the honey and all of that. I have a cushy mat and a cushy fireplace. There we are. I was waiting for you guys to roll in. What's up? How are you? Welcome to Tribe Time. Tribe Time, the new way we do it, right? Holy cannoli, that's heckin' delicious. Are you ready? So, okay, get all your stuff. And did everybody okay, so I had someone tell me that Yin Yoga is totally necessary, but I had somebody tell me that last week with all of the twisting, it didn't do their lower back any justice. Word, if you watch the video from last week, I don't know what I did, but I think we're going into plow, and I just ripped muscles in my bicep, or actually triceps because it came from the back. So if you're feeling yourself when we're doing these, if you even kind of sort of feel like you're going in the wrong, like it's not going to go well for you, then stop. This is about mind control over how flexible you are, okay? And it's also physics over flexibility too. So don't push yourself, especially not in this class. All right, this is more about gravity yoga and relaxation. So instead of being all rigid, you know how we normally like go straight back and then over, this is more like just fall into it and go, okay? I love it. Are you ready? I'm going to sit right on my son in the middle. Look at squeaks at me. All right. So go ahead and sit down in your comfortable seated posture. Sitting up straight. We don't hold on to any breath here. Just let the prana come in and out. Drop your head down. So this series, we're going to slowly start to wake up the body like this, all the way down. So you should be feeling it from the base of your skull up through the first couple of vertebrae here. Look up all the way and let your head fall backward. Straight up, exhale, let your head fall to the right. Keeping your shoulders away. Lifting the head up, dropping down to the left. You can let your right arm fall to the ground. can also place the other hand on your head for extra weight, but you really don't need to, because when you do this, you should be able to feel this stretch here. Straight up. This time, lean over, but bring your hand to the ground and the left arm up and all the way over. Now, you may have noticed that when you did this, you sunk backwards a little bit. So what I want you to do is press and roll forward so that you're sitting on top of your pelvis. And then walk the bottom hand out a little farther. Stretch. You should be feeling this from your fingertips all the way down to your hip on this side. So when you're doing this, also make sure that you're trying to keep your hips pressed to the floor. Now coming up. Exhale, raising the other arm, stretching over. Allowing your lungs to fill fully with air. Rock the weight forward. Walk the bottom hand out and stretch a little further. Rock the weight forward. All the way up and up. Lift your hands up a little bit so that you can lead with your gaze. You're going to first readjust yourself so that you're sitting square in your hips. And then you're going to gaze over your right shoulder and continue until you look behind you. You want to sit up straight here, rock the weight forward, press into the knee for extra twists. If you're pregnant, don't twist. And if you have lower back problems, don't twist, because you will feel this tomorrow. Even if you don't like the way it makes your back sound, don't twist. It's not a requirement. Look forward and then gaze all the way around until you look back on the other side. Now look forward. Exhale, or just on your own breath. Press your feet out in front of you. You're going to flex your feet, adjust your hips so that you're sitting over top of your feet. Flex the feet. Put your hands right by your side. Press into the floor to straighten your back while you're flexing the feet. And then you're just going to drop your chin. So the entire backside of your body should be lit up here. Want more of a stretch? Drop your chin more. Straighten the back more. Roll the shoulders back. Rock your weight forward. Now consider the reason why we're doing this in the first place, other than the fact it's good for your body. The reason is because we're teaching ourselves discipline. We're teaching ourselves control over not only what we do, but what our bodies can do and what our minds can do. And once you have all of that control, you can go anywhere, and that's how you go to ascension. Release the posture. Slightly lift up your legs. Sit up and roll forward a little bit. I want you to reach underneath you. Grab either elbow or as far as you can. And then just allow your feet to slide out from underneath you. No hold on the posture here. Allow yourself to stretch into this. Every few breaths, try to get a little bit deeper into the posture. That's done by walking your hips backward and walking your torso down your legs. So to show you what I mean by that, I push my left hip bone back and my right hip bone back, and then I crawl forward, and all that's doing is lengthening my stretch here. Drop the chin to the chest. Just allow yourself to fold. Now that you've been quiet for a moment, what were you just thinking about? And consider if what you were just thinking about was conducive toward what you're trying to manifest in your life, in whichever field. Slowly roll back up. Put the hands behind you. Stretch the head back. If you'd like an extra stretch, you can lift the hips, but you don't have to. What we're really doing here is counter stretching. Sitting up straight again, pointing the toes. And again, walk your hips backwards so that you're already started with the hips tilted this way. Your toes are pointed, and I want you to take your hands and slide them down your legs. And this time, reaching forward with the legs straight. Now, if you have a strap, it's a good time to use that. However, if you're using the strap, make sure that you don't take your toes. Your toes are supposed to start out like this, pointed. And you might notice if you grab the strap, your toes are going to go in like that. So you have to take the time to untwist your toes to keep them straight across, whether you're using the strap or your hands. Every few breaths, come up, straighten out, and then fall back into it. Pay attention to where your mind is going. Soothing your own body. Each posture. If you're going to be in a posture, give yourself time to actually feel the benefits. Coming back up. This time pull in your left foot so that you're in like a 4. Your legs are in the shape of the number 4. Adjust yourself again so that your hips are already tilted forward, but you're it feels like a twist, but it's really not because you didn't do anything. You didn't change anything about your body. But for whatever reason, as soon as you pull your leg up, your body wants to go like this, from here to here. And I love this mat because it has the arrows on them. I can see what I'm doing. So I'm keeping my leg in line. You can take the right hand and press down into the knee. And all you're going to do first is just allow yourself, with your heart in line, forward, to come down over this extended leg. We're also working to press our knee down here. You have a strap, again. Use your strap. For some of you, you might be using a strap like this and barely able to hold on to your foot, and that is okay. You can even lengthen it even farther if you have to. That's okay too. Your body will loosen up. So if you are back here like this, you might notice that it's because my hips are tilted this way. You need them to be tilted that way. It's far more about physics, less about flexibility, all right? So I literally reach down, grab my rear end, and pull it out of the way, and it just plops me forward a little bit, right? And then do the same thing on the other side. And right there, I just gave myself like full on 5-10 inches, right? Just by tilting my hips. All down into the posture. Inhale, straightening the back. Exhale, press that foot out. Pulling the other foot in. Readjusting my hips so that I'm already pressed forward. Making sure my upper body is in line with my knee. And slowly coming down. On your own breath. Making sure that foot is flexed and lengthened. Really be feeling this in your hamstring mounts. Every few breaths, check to make sure that you're still twisted and in line, heart and knee in line. The right knee is pressed down to the floor. You can reach farther on the leg if you would like. If you can reach that far and you would like to use a block to have yourself reach farther, give yourself extra pushing room, you can. But if your knee comes up, don't do that. Inhale, lifting up. Straighten the legs. Arch the back again. Sitting up straight. Putting both of the bottoms of the feet together. Push yourself back. See, Can you see it when I do it? When I go like this, all I'm doing is moving my hips backward. And I don't even cut, like, because this would be sitting up straight, right? So when I do that, it's already got me halfway bent over. I think I've made my point. Put the bottom of your feet together. Grab your ankles. If you have a strap, you can place it around your body. And then around your toes as well. So that you have officially bound yourself. They call this Baddha Konasana, bound angle posture. From here, leaning forward, you can grab your ankles or the strap, and you're just going to exhale and fold forward while you try and press the knees down. Shift the weight forward, rocking your hips forward. Let go of your legs and feet, and then go to your elbows. Curl all the way down, rubbing the chin to the chest. Consider what you're thinking about. And focus on counting. And focus on imagining a scene such as a beach or a forest that you enjoy. You don't allow inner rolling back up. If you have a pillow or a bolster, reach that behind you. Grab a hold of it. You may need to adjust your feet, but you're going to slowly lay backward over your pillow. If you don't have either, you can just lay on the floor. If you have a bolster, this is going to crack your back, and it feels amazing. Fall into it. I moved my pillow up a little bit so that there was some space in between my lower back, and it took away all the tension. So adjust your pillow and props however work best for you, but if you're laying flat on the floor, Bring the chin to the chest first. Using your core muscles to roll yourself back up. You can undo your strap. You're going to open your legs out to the side. And then first thing, rock your weight forward. From here, all you're going to do is just allow the weight to rock you forward. So for a moment here, feel the posture and just be in it. And so used to being here. Then take a moment to adjust yourself. So the first thing you're going to do is decide whether you're going to work the flex or the point. I prefer a point, but it's up to you. Ideally, you should work them both. Then adjust your hips, again, to where you're already seated, tilted forward. And then start to work your hands now. Your feet are pointed, keep them pointed. They're flexed, keep them flexed. Drop your chin. Just allow yourself to fall into this posture. So typically during regular class, I would have you come up until you were straight and then fold forward like this. Because that is a different style of yoga. You want to do that because it does light up a whole different selection of muscles. Or you can just relax into it. Giving yourself permission to do things imperfectly just so long as you're getting them done. Every deep breath, allow yourself to go in a little bit deeper. It would be good to take pictures of yourself if you're interested in your progress once a month in your favorite posture or the posture you're having the most trouble with, right? If you have props, you can use a block to steady yourself. You could use your bolster. Again, to just be on. Slowly coming back up. Start with the left side tonight. Rock your weight forward. And then you're going to twist your upper body so that you're over top of your left leg. And you're just going to allow yourself to fall down on it. Rock your weight forward. You can even widen the legs if you would like. You can use your strap here. Rock the the weight forward. Releasing the neck. Making sure you're pointing that opposite leg as well. Again, considering the mind, considering what you're thinking about. Twist that body weight back to the center. Give yourself another moment to fall forward here. Rocking the weight forward. Coming up off of it and then going back down into it. On your own breath when you're ready. Switching the weight over to the right hand side. Just falling in over here. Same posture, twisting. Remembering if you're going to be in this posture, give yourself a moment to actually be in the posture. Release any tension, allow yourself to just fall into it. Rock your weight forward again. Slowly coming back up. Draw your weight back to center. And exhale one more time. Release forward. And reach out and try to grab both legs. See how far down you're going. Slowly coming back up. Walk the feet in. Kick your legs back and forth. Stretch them out. Just want you to bring the knees underneath you. Come forward till you are. Hands right underneath your shoulders. Making sure that your knees are in line. With an exhale, drop the belly. Looking up. Just really hold this posture. Looking up. Exhale, dropping the chin. Rolling the shoulders. Push back a little so you can feel it in your sciatic area, which is here. And exhale, drop the belly, arching the back and looking up. Inhale, arching the back. Sitting back just a little. Inhale, arching the back, looking up. And exhale. Back to center. And then slowly sit down onto your heels. Let's take a moment in child's pose. So with no props, just open your legs just a little and allow yourself to sink into this. And go all the way down to the floor. You can. You can also reach back behind you, grab your heels. And actively work to sit back so that you're on your heels. From here, coming up to table again, except rolling your hips up like you were going to go into downward facing dog. Then I want you to bring your elbows to the floor so that you have a severe arch in your back. And that should be a good stretch. If you'd like to take the stretch farther, bring your hands in front of prayer, in front of you, and drop your chest to the floor. Up, dropping the palms to the floor, lifting straight up. And from here, just take the right knee, bring it forward between the hands, and then slowly walk backwards with your other foot. Now, if you need a prop for this, you can take a block and you set it up underneath your hip so that you're square. You can also use the strap for this in a minute. Either way, make sure that your hips are square to the ground. You're facing forward. And on your own breath, when you're ready, come all the way down into it. This is pigeon. The idea here is to work the splits. So you're trying to walk this back foot backwards and walk your bottom foot forward while still keeping your hips squared forward. Every few breaths, allow yourself to fall a little bit deeper into each posture. Begin to fall deeper into it. Walk your back foot farther back away from you. And you walk this front foot more into a parallel posture. Using your hands, press yourself up. Slowly bring that front foot back. And then work to seat yourself back into child's pose. Slowly coming back up. Find your center. And this time bringing the left knee forward. Between the hands. Find the splits first. Taking that back foot, walking it backwards. Taking this front leg, slowly working it toward a wide V. Once you are ready, both of your hips are squared forward. You have found your posture. Allow yourself to fall into it. Hands underneath your shoulders, slowly pushing yourself back up. Press all the way down into child's pose. Shifting your weight forward, allow yourself to lay flat on the floor. Hands directly under the shoulders. Shoulders are rolled away from the ears. Point your toes. And exhale, press into your palms. Keeping the shoulders away from the neck. Gazing upward. Allowing yourself to relax in this posture. You may have felt that when you first press into it, some pieces of your body try to contract and keep you from doing this. Now, if you have lower back problems, don't press this far. I'm very flexible, so pressing this far is not a problem for me. You could also put the bolster right underneath you to hold yourself up. And exhale, slowly coming back down. Press into the palms and back into child's pose for a counter stretch. From here, just coming up to seated, or just bring yourself up. And I want you to basically just walk forward and turn over. Go down. Exit. No, we are not going down. First, stop here. And what you do, we're going to do the campfire position, then we're going to go down. So, sitting up straight, you're going to go ankle to knee, ankle to knee. That's the idea, right? And when you're ready, rock your way forward. And the idea here is to stack, maybe it's called a fire log position, I'm not sure. Drop the chin down, rocking forward. Yourself back to seated. Bring your hands behind you for support. And all you're going to do is switch the feet. When you're ready, on your own breath, just rock into it by shifting the weight forward. Back up. From here, just allow the right foot to come back behind. Sitting up straight. We're going to try first, let's do Dirghaswasam. Close the eyes. Drop the chin. You're going to breathe in through your nose. Exhale through the nose. And slowly just start to wake up your lungs. To begin Dirghaswasam, the deep three-part breath. Inhale through your nose while visualizing the air coming in through your nose. It fills up the bottom parts of your lungs, and then the center, and then all the way to the top. You release the breath through your nose, coming out as a stream of blue lit up light force. Use your diaphragm to press out the last bit of the air from the bottom. Inhaling in through the nose, filling up the bottom of the lungs, and then the center, and then the top. Exhaling from the top, then the center, and then the bottom, pressing it out. Continue this practice on your own for 5 to 10 breaths. next round, return back to normal breath. Take your right hand, extend your thumb, and your place the ring finger over the left. This is Nadi Shuddhi, alternate nostril breathing. Inhale through the right nostril, again visualizing it as a white or a blue beam of pure prana life force coming through your nose. Place your thumb over the right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhaling through the nostril, exhale, breathe out through the right. Inhale through the right. Close it off. Exhale through the left. Close it off. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close it off and exhale. Repeat this for 5 to 10 breaths. Visualizing the breath you're breathing is healing energy. Where's your mind right now? We're practicing discipline here. Do your next round, bring your hands to your lap. Drop your chin to your chest. Eyes are closed. Visualize the room right around you. Your mind's eye. Look around and see if you can picture everything that's you're in. Take a moment to bring your awareness closer to your body. Can you see what is right around you physically, all the way around? Farther in, inside your mind's eye. What are you thinking about? Visualize the ceiling of your room, and that you can look up with your mind's eye and see that it's nothing but feeling. It's coming down from the ceiling, goes all the way around you. You're encapsulated in this protective bubble, which is now situated inside of a giant lotus petal, lotus flower. Your your mind's eye, look down. Can you see your hands? You should be able to look around you and visualize that you're sitting inside of this bubble. Take a moment to allow yourself visualization that you are, in fact, inside of a protected bubble. Calling in Archangel Michael to come in and protect us in our thoughts here. You're ready. Press through it and peel it back open. What it looks like is a portal or a doorway of some sort. Allow yourself to step through. Up ahead, you see your well, stone well, or whatever it looks like for you. Walk over toward it. Take a moment and consider if you have any raw emotion, anything that doesn't belong with you, anything you want to cut. And imagine all that energy forming right in front of you in a big red ball of energy of things that you are no longer interested in having in you. Allow yourself to purge out all negative energy, any unwanted cord. When you're ready, take the ball and drop it down the well. See your spirit house over there. If you did not join meditation, we found a house, and that's where you can be conducting a lot of your meditations. Allow yourself the time to walk over there. Step in and go through the front door in the living room. You may see your guides know what you're able to handle. What you're looking for on this trip is your letter box. It looks a little bit like a night bright. Shows up with different letters on it. It could look however it looks for you, but it's this box, and you're going to ask your guides for an initial. An initial of their name, and allow your box to spin around, and it will show you the answer, and you should get an initial of your guide's name. Take a moment to look at your surroundings. See what you can see in this space. There's a coffee table or an end table in the room that has a letter on it, a physical letter. Walk over to it, pick it up, and read it. If you can't read it, you could ask for letters on your letter box. Place it on your person or in your basket if you have. You can even, it's your spirit house, you can even start collecting all your daily letters and put them in a desk somewhere in the house. your way. Thank Spirit and everything else for helping you out here. Slowly walk out of the house toward the well. Walk toward the shadow where the well is. Reach your hands in. Peel it back. And step back through into your protected white bubble. Sitting inside of the bubble. Take a moment to recalibrate here. Now, I'd like you to physically move your body until you are laid flat on the floor. Allowing yourself a few moments here. We're not going to do a visualization here, but rather allowing your muscles and everything else a moment to completely stretch out while keeping your mind focused on being inside of your protected bubble. While you're here and you're letting your body recalibrate, you can visualize wrapping your bubble. It's not really a bubble, it's like a force field of light. And big, long, white cords of kind of like rubber bands, and you wrap them around and around and around your white bubble. Cord of protection, cord of love, cord of peace. You see any cords that are discolored, you feel like they shouldn't be there, you can have them cut. For example, the cord of anger, cord of hate, jealousy, any whole places you see inside of your force field bubble. Pick up flowers and patch up the holes. Until tomorrow, you're committing yourself to a safe, happy, productive space. Allow yourself a moment to think of beginning to move your fingers and toes. Roll your whole body over to the right side. And press into the floor to lift yourself up to your comfortable seated posture. Thank you guys so much for being here. Open your eyes. Do you feel the mood shift? Love Yin Yoga. Slowly get up. And that's all she wrote. So much. Okay, Rebecca, no problem. It'll come back for you in a minute. I love you guys. I'll see you in the morning.